On the Health Watch tonight, according to a new study from the Journal of the American Heart Association, most African Americans develop high blood pressure by the age of 55. Dr. Mallika Marshall is here with us now, and 55, such a young age. Staggering statistic here.
It is. And so researchers looked at about 4,000 young adults, and they followed them over time, and they found out that more than 75% of African American men and women develop high blood pressure by the time they're 55. Wow. It's only about 50% of white men, about 40% of white women. And we know that African Americans are at higher risk of obesity and diabetes, which contributes. And they also probably have a genetic susceptibility to salt in the diet. So experts are saying that we really need to counsel young African American adults about diet and exercise to try to prevent this from happening. And remember, recently they lowered the threshold for high blood pressure. So it's 130/80 now. It's not 140/90 like it used to be. So we need to keep a close eye on our blood pressure.
But still, the numbers are affecting African Americans more.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, they say no two fingerprints are alike. Well, the same can be said for brains as well. Scientists at the University of Zurich discovered that the anatomy of every single human brain is unique. This is fascinating. I knew your brain was bigger than mine, but I didn't know it was different.
Totally different and much bigger. But what's also fascinating is that it's not just your genetics that gives you a unique brain. Experts are saying, these researchers did a study and found that your life experiences do. So, for example, if you're a professional athlete or a professional musician, those areas of the brain that you use a lot get strengthened, whereas if all of a sudden you can't use a limb, over time, those areas of the brain that control that limb will reduce. So they say it's a combination of your genetics as well as kind of what you do with your life that not only affects your brain function, but also physically shapes and molds that all-important organ in your head.
Isn't that old stat, like we only use 10% of our brains?
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
You don't think it's true?
You only use 10%.
Again, I use like 5%. Dr. Mallika, thankfully she's the one with the big brain. Lisa, back to you.
You have a powerful brain too. Thanks, guys.